Action.
Okay, so we've removed our exclusion zone from the hairline area. We're going to create a sort of almost like a square type of section, making sure it's super clean underneath, not grabbing any hair. So it's a little bit different to an eye tip because we're using a lot smaller rings, so smaller ring, smaller section, making sure the section is nice and clean underneath. I'm going to take our loop, we're passing the hair through the loop, so it's now into the loop. We're taking our bead and we're pushing the bead up, and as we're pushing the bead up we're releasing the hair, letting go of the hair. That creates the bead onto the hair itself. We use the finger to control where the bead sits. Then we're going to take our nano tip. We're going to push the nano tip through into the bead. And I'm just going to allow my tip to sit so it's below, just below the root of the hair. I'm going to make sure my hair's sitting behind the extension, not in front of it. So my bead's sitting about a quarter of an inch away, half an inch away from the root. I'm working right to the edge of the keratin. I'm going to apply pressure to the bead. I'm going to push my bead into place. We've got movement at the root, and the tip's not exposed above the root of the client's hair. And then we can do a continuous track of extensions working next to each other. If you're creating length for this particular application, you do what we call continuous tracking, which is a bead on every section. And then if you were doing a volume application, you would do a brickwork application where you put one, miss one, and then you're going into the gaps on the next row. So again, making sure the bead and the extension are uniform, so they're in the same position. So I'm making sure my bead is in the same position, my tip is not above the hairline, and then making sure there's no hair, there's no graduation of the extension, so it's quite flat to the head. I'm keeping that so it's in that position. Again, another section. Keeping it clean and square. If you had really fine hair and you were worried about the sections being too fine, you can double bead it, so you're putting 2 beads on, and that gives you a little bit of a stronger foundation. So we're going to create two beads, and that's if the hair's finer. Same thing, it's just going to create a little bit of a thicker bond to attach it to the hair. So that would be for clients' hair that shed more frequently, you'd use a double bead, and that creates that slightly stronger bond. And then with the removal, we're using the new Zen plier, and you've got three positions: nano, micro and 5mm bead. So the top one would be the one that you remove the bead with. So you would, when the hair's grown down, you would make sure the extension's to the side of the hair, so you're clamping against the opposite way the bead is positioned. So you're putting it into ring 1, which is the nano ring. You're squeezing against the way the hair's compressed to open up that ring, then you just release the extension from the ring. I'll do that again just so you can see. Turn the head to the side so the ring is opposite to the way you squashed it. Then you put the bead into the ring and then squeeze to open up the ring, and then it should come out nice and gently. Remove the extension. These beads can't be reused, so as soon as they've been used you just throw them. And if a double one, remove the bottom one first. They should just then come out.